All right, Coach Tony, Wrestling Podium Performance, and we're back with another workout vlog. Today's gonna be all basically shoulder related. So, first thing I'm gonna be starting out with is some behind the neck presses. So when you're doing behind the neck presses, one thing to really be conscious of is you have to have the mobility to get there to begin with. If you're not able to get your hands here, you're not gonna be able to properly do a behind the neck overhead press. The reason for that, you're gonna end up smashing yourself in the back of the head. If you're only able to get your elbows to here, or in order to get there, you gotta be crooked over like this, it's just not gonna work. You gotta be able to nice and easily get the hands nice and far back. So if you're able to squat easily with your hands close and behind and elbows under the bar, you shouldn't have any problems with this. It's a good indicator of shoulder health as well. Also, it's a lot harder to cheat with this because again, you end up cracking yourself in the back of the head or the neck. So yeah, we're gonna dive right into this. It's gonna be similar to the leg workout I'm doing sets of 6 to 8 with this. I'll see how the weight goes. The goal is to have a quarter, like a 25 pounder on each side, so 95 pounds. So when you're setting up on this, just approach it like a squat. Same, like for me, it's the same grip width as a squat. It's on the back, just like a squat. And it's just. So this, I'll do another warm-up set before I go up to the working set. Each time with this, I'm coming down to my traps to finish the rep as well. So unlike with my squat workout yesterday, well, my leg workout yesterday where I was doing supersets, today it's just gonna be straight sets. This just allows me to really focus in on the shoulders, and it's a little hard to work the shoulders with supersets unless you're doing a compound set where you're doing like lateral raises right after doing an overhead press, so that you're really just increasing the overall volume and fatigue factor. But with a lift like an overhead press with the barbell, I really like to focus in on that. So I'm just keeping it straight sets here. So I'll get a little bit extra rest in between. One of the things I really like about behind the neck presses as well, you can't lean back and cheat on it. You can't turn it into a standing incline press. You have to stay much more strict with it. And if you notice, each time when I brought it down, I kind of absorbed it on the traps. That's just to make it so that when it comes down and it lands, if I'm not coming down perfectly slow, or if at the bottom it's still moving a little quick, I'm absorbing that impact a little bit. That's all it really is. Just like with the squats yesterday, brief pause and then go again. That's what I'm doing with this phase. The primary exercise has a pause. So the funny thing is, it's not the deltoid that was fatiguing first, it's actually my triceps. Part of that is because I'm going with a little bit closer grip on it. So the closer grip you are with it, the more the triceps are gonna have to work, especially in that top range. They have further to go, but I'll take it. Oh, too much legs there. Whew. All right, so maybe on the first week of doing this, going with 95 for behind the neck might have been a little high. Could only get 5 reps there, and even then there was a cheat to it with some push pressing into it. But next week, hopefully I've got a little stronger, I've recovered, and I'm able to go a little bit more. So while yesterday on the squats, I did a high rep set afterwards, I'm not going to be doing that with the overhead press here because the next exercise is still going to be another overhead press movement. All right, so next we're going to be doing Arnold presses. So that's just a seated or basically any overhead press with dumbbells, but you start off in this position with palms facing you, and as you press up, you externally rotate out as you press until your palms are facing forward. Then you return. You get the full range of motion with these as well. A lot of people, they stop here. Well, now you've taken part of the deltoid out of it. Bring it all the way down. The deltoid's doing more work in this bottom portion than it is from here to here. So you start nice and low so you get full range of motion, as well by externally rotating as you go, you're getting more of the actual deltoid involved. Just here to here would be anterior. If I were to just go here to here, that's medial and some posterior. But by having this movement, you're incorporating more heads of the deltoid. You have 3 primary heads of the deltoid muscle: medial, anterior, posterior, side, front, and back. But our shoulder has 4 additional muscles called the rotator cuff. Those are involved here in stabilizing everything, and they get work, but the primary reason for doing this exercise is just the overall, that cap of the shoulder. So we start off again, nice easy little warm up, just 20 pounders, just. The working weight here is going to be 35-pound dumbbells. I'm going to be going for 10 to 12 reps on each one, 3 sets again. One thing that deltoids, well, your shoulder in general kind of responds to is higher volume. It's just the way that the muscles are. They respond to high volume. Yeah, you can hit them with some heavier weights with overhead pressing, with a barbell. But over time, you're going to piss the shoulder off quite a bit, especially as you age. When you're younger, you get away with it. As you age, you don't get away with it the same. But that's not to say be afraid of lifting heavy. We still need to push our limits of what we can do, constantly trying to get stronger. It's just don't always just go for your 2, 3, 4, 1 RMs. Do the higher rep stuff, and it will help that. Doing the lower rep stuff will help your higher rep stuff. So here we go. We're doing sets of 10 to 12 with this. So first set, yeah, got all 12. Started to feel it near the end. Also, whenever you bring the dumbbells down when you're done, something I've seen so many times in especially commercial gyms, university gyms, is people just almost like drop it. Stay in control, bring it down. That's finishing that last rep as well. Bring it down and sit it down. Don't just drop the weights. I understand if you're doing 200-pound dumbbells, but don't be dropping it from way up overhead. Like have some common dog fuck. So as you can see there, wasn't able to get all 12, really faded near the end. That's something that can happen quite a bit with pressing exercises. You're going good, and then it's just like a monkey jumps on your back. He's like, whoa, this just got really heavy really fast. That's kind of how it felt there. At about the 7th and 8th rep, it was like, whoa, that's why I took a moment. And then it's okay, try to get through, but sometimes you just can't get all the reps, but you're aiming to stay in that rep range. All right, here we go. Last set. Ooh, I'm feeling that. Yeah, at that point, I'm not going to get any more. It's either going to go halfway up or I'm going to drop it and smack myself in the head. It would be good TV, but not good for longevity. So now that all the overhead pressing work is done, now I'm going to be diving into just a little bit more of those accessories for the deltoids. I don't really need to do any front raising work because I get enough of that from bench pressing and dips, as I'll be adding in later on in the week. But doing medial delt and rear delt work, you can't really go wrong there, especially rear delt. People neglect that so much. But what I'm going to be doing here is a compound set. So I'm using 15-pound dumbbells. I'm going to be doing first seated regular lateral raises. I'm hoping I can get 15 reps. I'll be happy at 12. So 12 to 15 is the rep range. And as soon as I'm done that, I'm just going to bend over and go straight into doing bent over lateral raises for the rear delt. So I'm compound setting, doing medial and then rear delt. Same movement, just in different planes of movement, different angles, so that hitting different parts of the muscle. Hitting medial and then posterior deltoid here. Oh boy. All right, so that gets really tough near the last few reps of each of them. On the execution, you want to try to keep the palms facing the floor. Ooh, funny face twitches. All right, so that's all I got for doing these lateral raise compound set. Last thing I got today is just a set of banded pull-aparts. All right, so I'm gonna be doing these seated, just taking the backrest away, just the red Rogue band. So again, like, this is scalable. Go wider grip, it's a little easier. Go closer grip, it's way harder. Elastic energy sucks in that way. Elastic resistance. You can use all kinds of different bands for this. You can also wrap it around the rack uprights and you change the angle a little bit. I'm not doing this just for rear delt. I'm doing this for a little bit of scapular retraction. A little bit, this is my primary remedial on this day. So nice and easy. I'm just doing one set of 25. So here, keeping it across the top of the chest. Whew. So as you can see, this little 4-ounce bugger can really mess with you and really buck you up pretty good. But yeah, that concludes today's workout. Next week, I'll be adding a little more volume to it. So I'll be doing that for a couple weeks, adding a little bit of volume where I can, and see if I can add maybe a couple extra pounds on something. But that's all for today. So today's what, June the 17th. Remember, if I give you any value in these or you just enjoy it, like this video and subscribe to the channel. My post-workout is going to be the same. It's going to be a scoop of HP Labs grass-fed whey, a half scoop of their greens and reds superfood mix, and 5 grams of creatine monohydrate from Clean. So it's and if you're looking to get 10% off your HP Labs order at the Canada and US stores, use code RISLING10, that's RISLING 10 at checkout, or click the link in the description below. Anyways, Coach Tony, Wrestling Podium Performance. I hope you enjoy this and go and get after it. Embrace your potential.